What's going on, Dope fam? Back with another video. Today's gonna be a big one. So first of all, obviously I'm gonna do a Bitcoin market analysis. Bitcoin has had a bit of a correction, but when it comes to that, I will be doing a base chain thesis update for you guys. We've had some pretty good developments when it comes to Coinbase and what I think when it comes to the base chain ecosystem and what I think happens to our base native coins. So without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap. I'm a massive base chain maxi. I make content around the base chain ecosystem and Bitcoin market and Ethereum market analysis. So be sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below because I do cover base native coins every day. So comment down below, raid me, whatever, and let me know about your coin because I do cover base native coins. And because I'm such a base maxi, I like to cover these coins because generally, like, my thesis has always been like when it comes to base chain and what my expectations are, all you have to do is really just throw a dart at any base native token, in my opinion, and you'll probably make some really good multiples because I think base chain will eventually become one of the biggest chains of this bull cycle. And my belief has always been it will flip TVL and volume metrics of Solana. So when it comes to that, Bitcoin has had a bit of a retracement. I did show you guys this parabolic ascension. So let's see if we just get a little bit of a dip. It won't be much because obviously, as you can see, the invalidation for this parabolic trend line is not much far down. And really, if we get a close below, let's say the 90, about the 100k region, this will be invalidated, and I'll have to update you guys this chart. But when it comes to that, Bitcoin's looking really healthy right now. We had a bit of a correction, and corrections are fine in bull markets. Total coin market cap, same thing. I guess something to note really is technically the total coin market cap has completed a full Elliott wave count. So you got your first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, and fifth wave. And we might be in for an ABC correction, so A, B, C, and then we can make our way up for that third massive wave. So let's see where that goes. But when it comes to that, I do expect a bit of a correction in between this week, and then probably all-time highs later on, especially at the end of the week. Let's see where it goes, but because I am like quite bullish, and I think this is just a short-term cooldown. But nonetheless, even if I'm wrong for like the next like week or so, I don't really care because my thesis is the next few months, Bitcoin will be well into all-time highs, probably well on its way to the 150k region, and most likely our base native coins will be much higher prices than they are right now. When it comes to Ethereum, same thing. We're having a lot of daily closes above our major trendline support at the 2200 region. So it's looking like confirmation is in that this whole circle area that we traded within March has been a deviation, which is really good to see. Ethereum to Bitcoin is also consolidating. Let's try to get a leg up to that major 0.028 region and see where that goes. Stock market has had a massive green day. We had a huge gap up, so this suggests me that we're probably going to have a retest very soon, probably this week. But it's looking really good because this actually confirms the S&P 500 has completed a new higher high, and most likely we're just going to be waiting for a higher low, and then we can make our way to all-time highs. So this is looking really good for the stock market because obviously my major levels to look out for was that macro downtrend, which we have completely broken, and also a new higher high. So we've also got a higher high, so ideally we get a higher low from here, have a nice trend line support retest. As you can see, this is our macro trend line support since the beginning of this bull market back in October 22 for the stock market bull market. So looking really good. Ideally, we just hold this trend line for the foreseeable future, and the stock market will stay in a bull market. When it comes to just tweets and updates, I'm just going to be covering base chain specifically. So first of all, base chain, why am I so bullish on base chain? First of all, I believe that Coinbase will funnel their 100 million users from the Coinbase platform into the base L2 chain, which we're already seeing now. Coinbase is the largest custodial as the largest asset manager in the world, and Coinbase is incentivized to bridge users from their central exchange to base. And this is still intact. I still believe that Coinbase will eventually funnel all their users to the base chain. Obviously, base chain still needs to get updated and have increased throughput to handle that. But when it comes to a little update for Coinbase and base chain specifically, Coinbase actually just joined the S&P 500, and this is massive. Obviously, stock market went up, the stock price went up, but it's massive because it just shows the prestige of what Coinbase is about and Coinbase is clearly the leader in the crypto markets. And obviously, once institutions really understand that, look, Coinbase has an L2 chain that they're building, most likely we're going to see massive inflows. Like, well, I'm not expecting institutions to buy our meme coins, but at the very least, they're going to store their stable coins on the base chain ecosystem, and we'll most likely get a trickle down of net flow capital to our base native coins like meme coins, etc. So when it comes to that, I want to cover you guys and update you guys about the Toshi chart. So I covered it to you guys, I think probably like 4 or 5 days ago, and we had massive updates because, as you can see, we had a monster rampage of a candle the past few days or so. As you can see, we're pretty much up like about 290% right now. And when it comes to that, we hit major resistance at the 410 mil area. So I do expect a consolidation to happen here. And to be honest, I would rather consolidation happen here. I don't want Toshi to like be heading to a parabolic run prematurely. I would rather Toshi go parabolic when everything else is going parabolic and Bitcoin is already at the 150k region. But nonetheless, when it comes to that and updates, Toshi probably has a consolidation period for at least the next few days or so. I would say ideally like the next few weeks, because consolidations are really healthy. And as you can see on the Coinbase chart, we never really got to consolidate, and really it was just a massive pump and dump chart. So what I would like to see here is Toshi to really test new support levels. So the next like obvious level of support is the one we're testing right now, which is the 0.008 level. But then below that would definitely be the 0.007 level. So ideally we can just consolidate around this level for the next few days, maybe even weeks or so, and then we can make our way up later on in the bull cycle. So this will just make Toshi way more healthier, and the longer we consolidate, the bigger the spring and rebound Toshi will have for the next leg up. And when it comes to targets, I don't like to give you targets. I like to give you guys what's the next major resistance and probably like points to probably profit take. And look, when it comes to the charts, it's the on-chain charts are much easier to look at than Coinbase chart, because the Coinbase chart is very new on Toshi. So I definitely like to see the on-chain charts and see what the next major resistance points are. And once, assuming we get past all-time high, I would say the next definite resistance point is this diagonal trend line here that was actually created back in March 2024. So if we do have an explosive move up, I do definitely expect resistance around this level. And then if we break above and retest, it most likely means Toshi is on its way to the multiple billion-dollar mark, 2.2, 3.1, etc. Let's see where that goes, because we'll definitely need strong catalysts for that. But the strong catalyst definitely for Toshi is getting listed on 1, Binance, 2, OKX, and 3, Robinhood, and then other Korean exchanges like Upbit, etc. So those are the next catalysts to look forward to for Toshi, and I really think those catalysts will have enough fuel to the fire for Toshi to hit the multiple billion range. But still early days. I do think Toshi still needs more consolidation here, and let's see where we go. If we want to like draw out like trend lines here and I guess give you more technical analysis, first of all, for the 6-hour for Coinbase chart, we're actually printing a bearish divergence right now. So obviously lower highs on that 6-hour RSI, but higher highs on the price. So what you would see here is, and the likelihood chance is a correction. So when it comes to that, the correction, you always want to look at the next range of support levels. So I would not be surprised Toshi really starts testing that 0.007 area and consolidates, and then we have a massive leg up to the upside. And I would be more bullish if that's the case, because that means we just have built a new floor for Toshi, which probably means that it probably won't get retested till the next bear market. So when it comes to that, really bullish on Toshi, and I do think the next catalyst for Toshi is really strong. And just to give you a quick update too, so the CAT tokens in general are currently at $3 billion in market cap, and Toshi is about 10% of that. So assuming we get at least a 10x in the total market cap for all cat coins, you can expect Toshi to do about the same, because it's 10% of the total cat coin market cap, and Toshi is actually the number 4th cat coin in the world right now. And when it comes to base chain, obviously it's the number 1 cat coin on base chain, but it's just good to see that out of all the cat coins, Toshi is number 4, and I wouldn't be surprised Toshi actually flips all these other coins, because generally speaking, I really believe that base chain will flip Solana in the next few months or so for this bull cycle in TVL and volumetrics. And as you can see, Popcat's a Solana coin and Ket's a Solana coin. Mogcoin is actually a Ethereum coin. So I would not be surprised in the next few months, Toshi will be number 1, and then Mog will stay as number 2, and then the Solana coins like Popcat will lose their ranks. I do believe base chain will gain a lot more adoption in the next few months, especially seeing news like Coinbase getting listed in S&P 500. That's absolutely massive, and I really do think institutions will start adopting the L2 chain, which will trickle a lot of net flow capital within the base chain ecosystem. Another specific update for Toshi is the number 2 holder of Toshi actually bought 1.1 billion more tokens of Toshi. And this really bullish to me because like you would expect these massive pumps to actually have distribution out of the whales, but the whales are still actually accumulating. So this is very bullish. The whales do think that we have a lot more upside to go because they're actually still buying. And there's nothing really else more to say. Toshi is really bullish. I do expect a consolidation period to happen in the next few weeks. And the longer we consolidate, the stronger the floor and the bigger the run-up we will have in the next few months, especially when Bitcoin is well on its way to the 150k region and Ethereum is breaking out to the 4k plus region. So really bullish. The number 1 base native cat coin of base chain is Toshi. It's technically also the number 1 fairly launched meme coin on base chain. Hence why Toshi actually moved the quickest the past few weeks, because it's literally the number 1 meme coin on base chain. So that's all to the video, guys. If you guys like the video, like, subscribe, comment down below what other base native coins you would like me to cover, ring the bell, do all that, but make sure to also follow my X page and my CoinMarketCap page. And yeah, so that's all to the video, guys. Peace.